Hi, I'm Jean with Captain Stitches. Welcome to my Stitching Cottage. It is time for my week in review, where I share what I have been doing the past week here in the Stitching Cottage with you all. So welcome, come on in. Let's see what I've been able to get done this past week, which with it being a new year, I'm trying to get back into the swing of things and get going on finishing some of the projects that I have in the works, and also of course always doing some quilt alongs, stitch alongs with you, my subscribers and viewers. So this week I've done a few things in one of my previous lives, which I believe was Friday, Stitch Tips and Chat. I was showing you fun with yo-yos, and I did complete the pin cushion out of these cute little yo-yos, a large one also that makes the foundation for it. But I'm very pleased with how this came out, and there's several other patterns that were included with that yo-yo pin cushion pattern that I plan on making in the future too. So really fun project. Some of that fun mindless stitching I always talk about, and even one of your kids could do this. So check that out on the previous video. Then I also have been working on, as you know, what I am calling the Heart in Hand Day Complete Round Robin Quilt Challenge. And the challenge of that is that I have decided to let you, my viewers, vote on each additional round that is going on this middle block. That was a pattern. I've included the it's a Simply Put pattern that I just made the inside of this. It's supposed to be for a pillow, but I decided I wanted it into a quilt and decided, hey, that would work great for a round robin style quilt. So instead of passing it along to others each week or every other week, according to how much I get done on the round, there are 3 choices drawn out of my little slips of paper that are included in a little bowl, and then you vote in the comments on which one of those you would like to see in the next round. So this was the first round. The round that was voted on that I am working on this week is churn dash blocks, which every round I think, oh, this isn't going to be that bad. Churn dash blocks, they're easy, right? They are easy until you have to change them so that they will work out in the dimensions of that next round, which it seems simple because it's a 4-inch border going on the next one. However, with the way that a churn dash block is put together, it doesn't end up symmetrical going around there. So it ends up being 3 different sizes and odd sizes that I had to design for the churn dash blocks to make them fit going around what has been completed so far on the quilt. So in the 4 corners, and I will grab that real quick just so you can see. That is what the churn dashes will look like going around there, and they look all nice and neat. But the 4 corners are one size, and then we have an elongated churn dash going on both the top and bottom, and then we have an elongated going the opposite direction on both sides. So there ends up being 3 different sizes of churn dash blocks to complete that round. And of course, they are small, so there are some 1 1/8 inch cuts. I think the largest is 2 5/8 in making those churn dashes. And this, I do have the 3 complete for the top section of that border. So working on the bottom section of it, and the other 2 still have some subcuts to make. And I wanted to share also the way that I stay organized while I am doing a block. When I am cutting I have my little labels on here. You will see, I believe that says A, this is B, C. We have, I forget where the D's are. These are the D's, the E's, and then C. Yeah, C in opposite corners and A in opposite corners. But as I'm cutting, I lay those out so I don't get mixed up, because as you can see, C and A look very much alike. However, they are not. And they are cut at a different angle also. So this is the way that I stay organized and have it all laid out while I am cutting. And then when I am actually sewing the block, the individual block is put in the order that it is to be sewn together on another little board. And that is how I stay organized while I am sewing and putting my blocks together in the majority of all quilts that I do. So that is the one thing that I have been working on this week. Actually, too, was the pincushion that I also completed. And as the quarterly quilt along that we are working on is this, I have named it the Jellied Charm Quilt, which it uses a jelly roll and charm squares, all from the same fabric line. And we have to pair those up, which these are the ones I do not have subcut yet. These are all the blocks that I did complete that I had pre-cut and ready to go. And so we'll just flip through a few of those so you can see how they kind of come out. I think I have about 17 out of 36. There's 36 blocks total in this quilt, and I have 17 of them now complete. And I have the entire month of January to sew those, so I'm kind of ahead of the game on this one. I like to stay ahead, don't want to get behind. That's my goal for 2024. So you see there are several blocks. This is a Tula Pink line, not normally the colors that you will see me use. I'm not into the wild and bright, but I really am enjoying this and looking outside my box. But there you have the ones that I have completed, so you have kind of an idea of how part of that quilt is going to come together. And as I said, I have the other ones paired up with what they will be going with. There's a 6 in each of these for the other rows to come. And then I also shared, for those of you that are on mine, as you know, Captain Stitches stands for all forms of needle arts. If it has to do with stitching, you will find me doing it. So we have a crocheted pattern that I shared with you, and I started working on it again. This can either be made into a scarf, or it can be a wrap by making it wider. This is actually halfway done if you're making it into the scarf, and it would be a fourth of the way done if it is going to be the wrap. But we can open that a little wider so you get a better idea of that. And there is some sparkly yarn in there, and those are all turquoise. I know some of that is looking blue, but it's not. They're turquoise and teal, and then just the one off-white sparkly yarn that's in there. But they are all different weights, different brands of yarn. You just pull whatever you want, and that's what you work with on that. And the PDF download for that pattern can be found in my Facebook group, which is Captain Stitches and Friends, and the link is always in the description box below each of my videos for if you would like to request to join that Facebook group. The other thing that I have been working on is I have a long arm, so I buy batting by the roll. And it is hard to find a place to store rolls of batting without them being someplace, conspicuous and unsightly in your sewing area, which I don't like seeing it and viewing it. So I tried covering it up, I think it was last week, with a quilt, and that just didn't work. So I was been working on a pillowcase with a crocheted edge, and I thought, let me see if that fits over there. Well, it was a tight fit, but it's temporarily on there. So then I thought, okay, I will just make a wider, longer form of a pillowcase to go over that and cover it up. And I decided, because I have this large, heavy bin full of what I call crumbs, little scraps of fabric that, those of you that are familiar with sewing your crumbs together into blocks, or your strips into blocks, that type of thing. I decided that I'm just going to start pulling out of that because I can't fit any more in there. It's overflowing, and piecing that together to make just a simple, scrappy pillowcase type thing to go over. So this is how much I have completed so far. There's quite a bit to go to get that, so it'll be large enough to make a large pillowcase type form to go over that roll of batting. And that is what I have been able to accomplish for the most part, besides some designing of quilts and projects that are coming up. But that is basically what I was able to finish and work on this week in the Stitching Cottage. And then I also, during this segment, like to share with you anything that has come in the mail during the week, or that I have received, and I believe this is the last one in my subscription series of the Dish Towel Diary Club of the Month from Granny's Legacy, which it is a beautiful one for the month of February, called Lots of Love. And the towel is included, and then you do the embroidery on each of them. So there is the beautiful towel in there, and I will have that stitching to do on there. And there are times that we put things in what we think is the best place in our sewing room, in our, your stitching cottage, whatever it is, wherever you create, on something that we are wanting to make or we're doing special, and we put it in a special place, and then we go to get it and we can't find it. And we search and we search and we search. Well, I purchased a couple patterns that I wanted to make one or the other for a really good friend of mine. And I decided that I wanted to start that now and get that completed this year. Well, I cannot find the patterns anywhere. So I had to reorder the patterns. So now that I reordered them and have them again, they'll show up. But anyway, since I had to do that, the shop that I got them from is one of my favorites. It's Rusty Quilt Shop. It's located in North Carolina. I'm pretty sure it's North Carolina, but I will put the link to that also in the description box. But I needed some more wool for projects, and they had these scrap bags of wool. So since I had to order the patterns, I ordered another scrap bag of that. And yes, it's Nags Head, North Carolina is where it is located. But they have very, very good customer service, very, very quick delivery. And you can call in an order at the end of not call in, but place an order at the end of the day, and it still gets shipped out that day. I mean, within a matter of minutes from when you place your order, they already have it pulled, shipped with a tracking number. Awesome, awesome service. But I use a lot of Valdani pearl cotton for my stitcheries that I do. So I ordered some more colors in that also and received from them. So that is what I got from Rusty Crow this week. I'm not showing the patterns deliberately. I might share those at a later time. But then also in watching Sean, the guy that sews, I was reminded of the Quilting Works in Progress little guide that he has shown us before and uses, and I decided I'm going to check that out. Maybe give it a try. See if it helps me to stay on track a little bit better. Or, you know me, I love to organize. Another organizing tool, another planning tool, and something to keep things in order and have the information when I am finished with that project and able to put a label on it. So I also received that in the mail. I love to read in the evening to wind down from my day, and I love novels about quilting or stitching. So I have 3 short, cute little ones that I also received this week. And the author of those, for anyone that is interested, is Deanne Black. D-E-A-N-N Black, B-L-A-C-K, if you want to look her up. And I never have enough little scissors for all the projects that I try to keep them in. So all of mine are always kitted and put in their individual little containers. So I like to have everything that I need for that project in there. So I never have enough scissors. So I thought these were cute to have in some of the little stitchery ones. So I also received those. And I do needle turn applique, and I have heard really great things about the tulip Hiroshima needles that are for applique, and they have other ones also for things, but I decided to give those a try. So it came better in a pack of 2. The price was better, so I have those to try out, and I will do a review on those and let you know what I think about them. And coming up here lately, while I'm watching YouTube and some of the ads, has been Minky Kim, and she has a couple books. It's called Zaka from the Heart, and it is a form of stitchery, and she has a couple books on that, which of course I forgot to take the stuff out of the way of this one. There we go, so I can show you. But I thought it looked really interesting, so I ordered 2 of her books. This one is Wool Applique, and this one is just charming little projects for the home. And I will do a review of those also for you in one of my lives. And from my, I have just got to show this because I am in love with it. From my dear, dear, dear sweet friend. She got this special for me. It's a little wooden box. Has the engraving wood burning design on the front there. And when you open it up, it has the magnets, and inside it is a needle minder, a little wooden one, and she had it engraved with my name. And I love it because by having the cover on there, I have a lot of needle minders. But anything else that you have that is can be magnetized in your kit will clamp onto that needle minder, and a lot of times as you take a pair of like the little scissors or whatever off, it takes the needles with it. So this way my needles will stay all nice. Other stuff won't be able to get on them. I love it, love it, love it, love it. I can't share with you where it is from because I do not know. She just said she found it online. That's all the information I have. But if I do find them, because boy, I would love a couple more of these, let me tell you. I will let you know in a future video or one of my lives where you may be able to get one of these also if you're interested. But I love that, and it will be used daily. So there you have it. That is what I was able to work on and accomplish this past week in my stitching cottage, along with still some ongoing reorganizing in the new year, cleaning things up, always trying to get the flow to flow better. And of course, spending time with you on my other lives and videos. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope that you are inspired to get those projects that you have worked on, plan, make a schedule, put a little block of time each day for what you want to work on when, and you will be amazed at how much you can get done in a week. Thanks again, and I will see you again soon. In the meantime, remember, I can keep you in stitches. Bye-bye, everyone.